There we go. Alright. Now that works. Helps I put a microphone on, huh? I gotta get a new headset. Like, I miss my microphone here. It used to be the shit. Hopefully the new headset freaking lasts more than a freaking year. $200 headset fucking thing should last me till I'm dead. How are you guys doing this Friday afternoon? Hit me up in that live chat. Joe says it's hot. Yes, it is. It's fucking hot. Oh, hold on a second. I got to do something. I found a way to alert us when there's going to be a Twitch ad. Sorry, it's going to look a little funky here for just a second. Really, what the hell? Why is it doing that? That's really strange. Like, it's not supposed to do that. Give me 1 second, let me... There's too many effing windows. Ah, dang, man. Almost forgot to bring in the YouTube chat. So it's a good thing I went through all these windows for a second, anyway. Okay, I have no idea what that fucking... Like, it was supposed to bring up the freaking ads manager, not a freaking login screen. Why is everything gonna be a fucking pain in the ass? I swear. Ever since I came in here this afternoon, well, actually it was about lunchtime when I first freaking came in here. Let me try this one more time. Oh, crap. Hold on. Maybe I have to leave it open. Maybe that's the thing. Bet you that's what it is. Huh. Okay. I guess I just can't have anything but that going. Now it should work though. Hopefully. Let's cross our fingers, guys. If it don't work this time, we'll get to the gaming news, I swear. Okay, maybe it's a different link. Maybe that's what it is. try this with a different URL. See if that works. Okay. Yeah, it's not working. We'll get to the news in just a second. Let me put it back on the right screen. Like that crap generally like really pisses me off. Like when you watch a video and it shows you how to do shit, and then you go to do shit yourself and it don't want to fucking work. You know, let me just not. God damn it. Yeah. Anyway, I got it back on the right screen, so now let's bring it back on screen. Bam! Gaming news, which we will get to here in just a second. Just let me hit this a few times. You guys hit me up in the live chat. Joe says it's damn it's hot. I don't know why my highlight chat's not working either. Oh, it's behind the overlay, that's why. There it is. Yeah, Joe says, damn, it's hot. And of course, Cadet with his, oh brother, this guy stinks. Because I'm guessing the sound effects still don't work.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So there you are, Cadet. One thing I've learned from streaming all the last couple of years, well actually I think I've only been streaming for about a year or so, making content for the last few years. The one thing I can tell you is if you're looking into getting to do live streaming, plan on shit to go wrong. Like that's something I need to start doing, is coming in here like hours before my live stream and just making sure everything works. Because, you know, shit tends to not work, especially when you want it to, you know. Anyway, hopefully you guys are having a better Friday. Despite the tech issues, I am really looking forward to starting Tech Tuesdays. We're not there yet. We still gotta finish Metal Gear Rising on Metal Gear Mondays. Hopefully we can finish it this week. Hopefully this Monday. I was hoping we could finish it last Monday, which if I'd had that Tuesday off, which I was supposed to, some odd reason ended up with a Wednesday off. If I'd had last Tuesday off like I was supposed to, we would have finished it. But, yeah. Hopefully this Monday once again, I'm not off Tuesday, so we won't be able to stay up all night. But hopefully this Tuesday or Monday we finish this game, because yeah, I'm really looking forward to Tech Tuesday, helping you guys out with your tech issues and just doing live streams that aren't gaming live streams. Like, I love playing games for you guys, but this live stream and my Tech Tuesdays live streams, those are going to be like my value live streams, where I provide more than just gameplay for you guys. I provide you with some value that you can take away from here and use, you know. Joe says, get it done. Alright, let's get it done. Let's get to the news. I'm assuming that's what he means. So let's go. Nvidia. Oh, quick. Real quick. While I'm reading the articles, I'm not on this screen where I can see live chat. So, I will return and we will have chats about the articles after I read them, and that way we have a chance to go over it live here together. Alright, let's get to it. Nvidia reportedly prepping for a 5090 SE graphics card that's better than the 5080. Well, what? Like, I'm not misreading that. Nvidia reportedly prepping an RTX 5090 SE. Which, don't ask me what the SE stands for. I'm sure we'll find out here in a second. That's better than the 5080. If there's ever a 5090 that's not better than the 5080, what the fuck? Like, the 5080 is always better than the 50, or the 5090 is always better than the 5080. Let's get into this, because that one's not making any sense. Nvidia may see some value in bridging the gap between the 5090 and the 5080. Nvidia is rumored to be developing a new graphics card that will sit between the RTX 5080 and 5090. As reported by Game GPU, the RTX 5090 SE will feature 32 gigabytes of GDDR7, making it well suited for AI work and gaming, but likely pushing the price north of $2,000. I knew that was coming. The Nvidia RTX 5090 has been the fastest graphics card on the market since it launched in early 2025, while the 5080 is its closest existing competitor. The 5090 is still around 50% faster and has double the VRAM. Which, that's what I don't get. Like, the current 5090 has 32 gigabytes of GDDR7. Like, what are they putting it on a slower bus? But Nvidia may see some value in bridging the gap with another model. Why you'd want to compete with yourself, who fuck knows? But, you know, let's read some more. The Nvidia 5090, The Nvidia 5090 SE is said to be based on the GB202 GPU, the same chip that's used in Nvidia's RTX 5090, the professional RTX Pro 6000 series, and its China-centric cards like the 5090D. It won't be at a full flat chip. It won't be the full flat chip with 14,080 CUDA cores. activated. That's around 31% more faster than the 5080, but still a third less than the 5090. Was that it? Oh, okay. I was about to say, really? The 5090 SE 32GB GDDR7 memory would match the 5090, but with a narrower 384-bit bus. That's where the difference is. The chip not having the CUDA cores its regular counterpart has, and it's on a smaller memory bus, resulting in lower memory bandwidth than on the flagship card. Total board power is reportedly 500 watts, with a recommended 1000 watt power supply for any systems built around it. That's less than the 575 watts from the regular 5090. But there may be significant headroom to increase it. We've seen a number of RTX 5090 cards to draw over 1000 watts and deliver much higher performance. And people wonder why their freaking cards are melting. I'm sorry, but if you overclock your 5090 and you push 1000 watts of that sumbitch and it melts, you're a dumbass. Like, the much higher performance can't be worth it that much. Unless you're getting 100 frames more. No, fuck that. This card is designed to deliver better performance than a rumored RTX 5080 Super. What? I thought that's what we were freaking talking about. The SE's not the Super? I kind of thought that's what the SE stood for. Anyway, it says this card is designed to deliver better performance than our rumored RTX 5080 Super and will have a retail price of $1,500 according to Game GPU, but we all know that that price is bullshit because, well, I'm pretty sure the 5080s right now are going for over $1,500 because the 5070 Ti's are around $1,000 right now. Which means when that comes out, it's probably going to be around $2,000. Although, it's saying just what I was just talking about. Although the RTX 5080 launched with a retail price of $1,000 and the 5090 at $2,000, those cards are now much more expensive. The 5080 typically found around $1,400 to $2,000, while the 5090 is rarely found for less than $4,000 right now. The amount of money that it costs some of you for your entire PCs, it costs to get a 5090. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, you could build this PC right here. Let's get back to the chatting scene. I'm pretty sure that's the end of this article. Yeah, okay. That's the end of this article, so we will scroll back up. We will get to the chat. What do you guys think about that article? But like I was saying, wait a minute, why is my camera not? Hello? Y'all didn't tell me I wasn't on the screen. Come on now. Cadet, what are you doing, man? You're supposed to be helping me out. Where's my alert? Oh yeah, that's right. There's no alerts on this. I really gotta fix these live stream freaking profiles to get all my sound effects on there and shit. I'll fix it. Anyway, sorry guys. I didn't realize I wasn't on camera. Well, wasn't on screen. Anyway, I'm on camera all the time, but but yeah, what do you guys think? You can build this PC right here. My gaming PC. You can build it. Or you can get a 5090. Because even though this PC was really freaking expensive, and it might cost more than the lower end 5090, but the higher end 5090, yeah, you could build this, or you could buy one of those. It's fucking crazy. Like, you can build you a high-end gaming PC, or you could just buy the best graphics card in the world and have no PC to put it in. Alright. Y'all hit me up in that live chat. Even when I'm talking, when I come back to the scene to chat with you guys, I will catch up on live chat at that point in time, so yeah. Y'all hit me up in that live chat. With whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm going to get back to delivering the news for you guys. Yeah, let's go. Can we get just a little bit better stream music? Alright, that's a little better anyway. Oops. There. Alright. Now, back to the gaming news. Next, more Nvidia news. And this time it's about the actual Super lineup. Nvidia's RTX 50 Super lineup might finally be real. The RTX 5080 Super spotted with a 415 watt TDP. I know they said they weren't coming out with them this year, but they're obviously getting ready. I'd be willing to bet the 50 series Super CES in January of next year, because that's when they announced the launch of the original 5080 was, well, the original 50 series was at CES when Jensen freaking got on stage of the 5070, 5090 performance. Man, get the fuck out of here with that. Or 4090 performance. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Multi-frame generation crap. Anyway. Don't get me started on the MFGs. They are getting better with it though. So it might turn out to be okay at the end, but right now it's just introducing too much latency for me. But yeah. It says here, just when it looked like the memory crisis had quietly killed Nvidia's Super refresh, the RTX 5080 Super showed up where these things always seem to show up at first, the power supply calculator. Seasonic has added the RTX 5080 Super to its PSU wattage calculator, listing a 415 watt TDP, 15% higher than the standard RTX 5080's 360 watt. That figure lines up with earlier leaks pegging the card above 400 watts, and it joins the RTX 5070 Super and 5070 Ti Super, both of which Seasonic quietly added to the same tool last September, with all three now listed. The rumored Super lineup is technically complete, at least on paper. The headline change isn't clock speed. According to prior leaks, the RTX 5080 Super is expected to jump from 16 gigabytes to 24 gigabytes of GDDR7 by moving to newer 3 gigabyte memory modules instead of 2 gigabyte chips, a 50% capacity increase on the same 256-bit bus. Memory speed reportedly climbs from 30 gigabytes a second to 32 gigabytes a second, as well, pushing total bandwidth past 1 terabyte a second. CUDA cores count is expected to hold steady, which means the extra power budget is almost entirely funding faster, denser memory rather than more silicon. This is the second time that the Super Series has showed up on Seasonic's calculator, only to go nowhere. The RTX 5070 Super and 5070 Ti Super appeared there months before CES 2026, and Nvidia then confirmed there would be no new GPUs at the show. We covered that whiplash. Well, this website did. We didn't cover it here on this channel. A well-known insider has since claimed the Super family is back on track and is listed, and this listing is the first bat signal that back that up. Sorry, I'll learn how to read one of these days. A PSU calculator entry confirms nothing except that Seasonic's engineers needed a wattage number to plan around, and that number has come from somewhere. It's a good early indicator historically, but it's also produced false alarms before, given the DRAM and GDDR7 supply situation right now. With the RTX 3060 12 gigabyte having to relaunch at its original 2021 MSRP just to give budget buyers something to buy. Nvidia added 8 gigabytes of extra VRAM to the mid-cycle refresh is either a bet that memory prices ease by early 2027 or a decision to eat the costs and pass it on. If the Super Series does make an appearance, CES 2027. See, this website's even saying the same thing about CES 2027 remains the most cited target window until Nvidia says otherwise. Treat every one of these numbers as fictional. Pretty much take it all with a grain of effing salt. Yeah. What do you guys think about that news? The Super Series showing up on the wattage calculator does mean that it's probably pretty close to fucking being ready to release. But do you guys think that they're gonna bring it out before CES? Even though they said that there weren't gonna be any GPUs, you think they're gonna try to bring those out around the same time that GTA 6 comes out? Or are they gonna wait for CES? I'm gonna let you guys think about that for a second while I take a real quick break. I need to go check on my son, he's outside. I'll be right back, guys. And I knew that thing was going. Piece of crap. Goodness. My son trying to kill himself out there. He got tired, so he laid down on the trampoline. It's like 100 degrees out there. So I go out there, I'm like, man, come on. You got to come in the house, man. We are so damn busy. It's Friday. Why am I by myself? I don't know. That's right. You work 11 to 7 today, don't you? I don't know. There's just generally a lot of people out and about here lately. I don't know if everybody's flocking to Rome for some reason or what, but yeah, sucks. Alright guys, since you guys don't have nothing to say about the 50 series Super, the 50 Super series, I'll get it out, spit it out one of these times. Let's move on to the next article so we can get the news delivered. Wow. They tested games, testing the 2060 versus the 1660 Ti. They both got around the same FPS. Like, that's impressive. It's impressive to see just how good the old cards are still holding up. Like, I can game on the 1070 Ti, which is currently inside my streaming PC. Don't roast me too hard on that one. I mean, it's got 8 gigs of VRAM. It does its job. Alright, the next article. PlayStation didn't warn anyone before announcing the end of physical disc. Not even their own offices. Let's say that again. PlayStation didn't warn nobody that they were going discless. Not even their own people. Let's get into this. Sony has since gone silent on social media and is reportedly telling unhappy partners to take it or leave it as backlash continues to mount about their physical disc going away in 2028. PlayStation's surprise announcement to end physical disc production by January 2028 caught players, publishers, partners, and even its own regional offices off guard. Key partners, including PlayStation India, were uninformed before the public reveal, leading to strained relations and silence from Sony amid growing backlash. PlayStation's decision to end physical disc production for all games starting January 2028 has been so controversial enough on its own, and has now come to light that the announcement surprised not only players but also publishers, major business partners, and even PlayStation's own regional offices. How the frig are you not going to tell your own damn company? Like, that should have been in a company memo. Like PlayStation, come on, man. Like, what are y'all doing over there, man? Like, did y'all hire Phil Spencer? Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Cause man, damn. Like, PlayStation has been chomping all over everything for like the last 2 weeks ever since they announced this going discless. That's what I call it, discless. But yeah, it's crazy how they didn't even tell their own offices. None of them were apparently given any advance notice before the news went public. According to sources speaking to High Chaos Run, an executive at a major AAA publisher described the situation bluntly. Despite our seemingly close working relationship with PlayStation, we weren't informed that this was happening. It's only hitting us now that we may be out of jobs sooner rather than expected. The secrecy reportedly extended throughout PlayStation's own organization, with regional divisions learning about the decision about the same time as the general public. As you can see here on this Reddit post, according to what we just read, PlayStation India's situation is perhaps the most striking example. At the time of the announcement, PlayStation India office was negotiating with local distributors and retailers to set up exclusive PlayStation brick and mortar stores, targeting around 100 locations by 2028. Physical game sales would have been central to that plan. An investor involved in those negotiations said they had been kept entirely in the dark. Why would we even work with PlayStation, let alone invest a couple rows on a store when they won't be selling discs? What is worse, PlayStation India didn't even tell us this was happening before it went public, but kept asking us to put money in anyway. They didn't know either. It's just, man, PlayStation, come on. Like, part of your company was looking to make brick and mortar stores. and then you announce that you're going discless. Oh man. I swear, you can't make this shit up. According to a report, communications between partners and PlayStations have since turned cold. Sony's internal response has apparently been to tell partners to take it or leave it. Meanwhile, PlayStation has gone completely silent on social media for nearly a week since the announcement, with no official response to the ongoing backlash. Yeah, they've stomped all over everybody, and then they shut the hell up. Like, which, I don't know. I don't know about you guys. You guys let me know. Are you planning on buying a PlayStation 6? Is the PlayStation 6 gonna make it to anybody's homes with it being digital only? How long can Sony survive this backlash? Well, that's what the next article, I'm pretty sure, has to do. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it for this article. So we're going to go ahead and bounce into the next article. Oh, hold on. Why PlayStation chose to keep everyone in the dark is not confirmed, though secrecy to avoid resistance ahead of the announcement seems the most likely explanation. Whether that strategy pays off or makes the fallout worse remains to be seen. I think it's going to make it worse. You guys let me know in that live chat. You think it's... I mean, all this bad publicity right after making that announcement and shocking apparently an entire world, including your own freaking company. Man. Anyway, let's get to the next article, which is also about PlayStation waiting for the storm to pass. PlayStation 5 owners are canceling their PlayStation Plus subscriptions in an alarming rate to protest Sony killing physical discs, but analysts say it won't make a difference. Will it make a difference? So they say Sony will not reverse this decision, and honestly, me personally, my honest opinion is I don't see this changing a damn thing. PlayStation's gonna do what they want. They already make a ton of money selling games on PlayStation, the PlayStation app, PlayStation Plus, whatever you want to call it. Them making discs is probably, and paying people to put the games on the discs is probably costing them more money than they're making. I don't know. It hadn't been a problem till now, but now that they've seen that they can make so much money by not making disc, like, that's why they did it. I know why. Same reason why Xbox went all digital with Series S and are going to go all digital with the next Xbox. Just in case you guys didn't know, Xbox is doing the same damn thing with their next gen Xbox, codename Helix. It's supposed to be all digital as well. So, it's kind of funny how everybody just forgets that Microsoft's doing the same thing with Xbox. So, but Xbox already lost enough with Game Pass subscribers and everything when they got rid of exclusives and shit. That's why I said I think Phil Spencer went to PlayStation, because Phil Spencer was at Xbox. He pretty much threw everything in the garbage, then left. Now a couple of months later, Here, PlayStation is trying to throw their entire company in the garbage. Says here, PlayStation 5 owners are canceling their PlayStation Plus subscriptions in protest of Sony's controversial decision to stop releasing physical games on discs. But the gesture will not force the console maker to change its mind. Analysts say Sony has drawn huge amounts from huge amounts of online criticism from PlayStation owners upset at the move to an all-digital future for all new PlayStation 5 games launched from January 2028 onwards. Something that's almost certain to continue with the PlayStation 6. We already know that. Xbox and PlayStation are going completely digital with their next-gen consoles. A high-profile petition calling for Sony to reconsider its decision has now reached over 200,000 signatures, and I'm sure it's probably grown a lot more since this article was written. And in the past few days, PlayStation 5 users have taken to social media to share screenshots of them canceling their PlayStation Plus subscriptions, which I have seen some of those tweets, messages on X, whatever you want to call them, posts, and on Facebook as well. But speaking with IGN, Dr. Serkan Toto, CEO of Japanese game industry consultancy firm Canton Games, suggested that even if 500,000 people canceled their PlayStation Plus subscription in protest, it would just be a drop in the ocean for Sony, which is not going to change its mind. Let's dive a little deeper into this, guys. I sympathize with physical media fans, but Sony will not reverse this decision, Toto told IGN. They of course knew what the online reaction would be like, and they are now waiting for the storm to pass. Sony has over 120 million active PlayStation subscribers. 120 million. PlayStation users, not subscribers. Sorry. He continued, around 50 million people subscribe to PlayStation Plus. As a thought experiment, let's say 500,000 people cancel in protest. That would be just 1% of that business gone. Of course, not enough for Sony to start rethinking. Digital is just too lucrative. Which, a lot of people use it because it's massively convenient. You don't even have to leave your house to go to the store, buy a game anymore. The problem is you only buy a license for that game. A license that Sony can take from you at any point in time. If you don't believe me, read the terms of service. It's in there. For any reason that PlayStation deems necessary, they can not only take games out of your library that you paid money for, but they could ban you from your entire account and every freaking game you own. Let that sink in. Of course, digital downloads now dominate video game sales, and Sony can be seen as simply reflecting the prevailing taste of its customers, but as Toto states, there's also a huge financial advantage to this move, which saves on manufacturing. The distributing cost ensures it no longer pays a portion of sales to retailers and captures more platform fees on the sale of third-party games on the PlayStation Store. So yeah, it's a win-win for them. Like this backlash, they're just riding it out, and unless this petition creates a legal issue, I don't foresee it. I don't foresee it changing anything, unfortunately. What do you guys think? Hit me on that live chat. Y'all are pretty quiet today. Last streams are... Yeah, y'all pretty quiet today. Alright. Let me do a quick check. Alright. Everything looks somewhat okay. No. Sorry guys, I'm having some internet issues. If it's been choppy the last few seconds, sorry, I was having signal issues with my internet. Sorry about that. It looks like everything's stable now, though. So, yeah, you guys hit me up in the live chat. What do you guys think? Is this gonna make Sony change their mind? Do you think that this petition is gonna change the all-digital future? Or are we just fucked? Let me know in that live chat. If you're watching this after the fact, you can send me a DM on Twitch if you like. If you're watching on YouTube, just hit me up in the comments section. Yeah. Let's get back to the news, shall we? Nope, hold on. I forgot I took it off the screen. Alright, let's get back to the news. So we still got quite a bit to cover. Alright, I think that's the last of the PlayStation news. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, damn. It says here, PlayStation's digital-only future gaming could hit deployed troops the hardest. How's that? Oh, because they probably don't have internet. That's probably why. Sony's planning to stop producing physical game disc by 2028 could hurt those with limited internet. Oh. One individual described it as evolving. Sony's plan to stop producing physical discs for new PlayStation games starting in 2028 could mean more than the end of a plastic case on a shelf. For service members who game in barracks, on ships, overseas, and during deployment, it may have even more negative impact. The move comes as the video game industry continues to shift towards digital purchases, and as some of the biggest titles in gaming are already testing how far players are willing to go in moving away from discs. Grand Theft Auto 6, one of the most anticipated games in years, and one of the industry's biggest ever franchises, has also become part of the physical media debate after reports that its physical retail version would not include a traditional disc and would instead rely on a digital code. As much money as Rockstar and Take-Two make on GTA. They can't put a fucking game on a disc. Oh, yeah, y'all are killing me. For troops and military families, the question is less nostalgic than practical. What happens when new games require reliable internet, account access, storage space, and digital storefronts that may not always be easy to use from a barracks room, shipboard lounge, overseas installation, or remote duty station? Military.com reached out to Sony Interactive Entertainment, Microsoft, and Navy MWR for comment. None responded before the publication of the article. Sony Interactive Entertainment said in a July 1st PlayStation blog post that the physical game disc production would end in January of 2028. Hopefully they figure out some way to where the troops can still game while they're risking their lives for us and stuff, you know. I think it's only fair. I mean, come on, PlayStation, y'all. I swear, I don't know how much more bad PR they can take. Like ever since their July 1st announcement, like we're on the 10th now. It's been 10 days of just crap. Like PlayStation, like they're just digging a hole, and apparently they're grabbing the dirt and just tossing it on top of themselves. We'll see. What do you guys think? I think PlayStation needs to get with the federal government or whatnot and make sure that our troops have some way to have games over there. I mean, they're willing to risk their lives for us. I think the least we can do is make sure that they at least have some enjoyment while they're over there doing their duty. Which, thank you, all the troops, for your service. Hopefully they figure out how to keep you guys gaming. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next article. Which is, this is a deeply odd state of affairs. Tech experts slam Activision's low effort Call of Duty Black Ops PlayStation 5 port. What the numbers mean. Activision's ports of the much loved Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 immediately raised eyebrows for their price, but they've come under fire for their disappointing graphics performance too. The tech experts at Digital Foundry, damn, oh, this is gonna be good. Love Digital Foundry. I've taken a look at the port of the original 2010 Black Ops to PlayStation and had a few choice words to say about it. The work Activision put into it. Chief among their complaints is the fact that the Black Ops port runs at 1080p, not 4K, despite being a 16-year-old game that began life on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Not only that, there's no anti-aliasing. DF also criticized the frame rate, which is limited to 60 Hz even on PlayStation 5. A 1080p 60 frames presentation would be potentially acceptable for the PlayStation 4 version. And there is one, but for the brand new PlayStation 5 version, it's a disappointingly poor and well below what the hardware is capable of, is what Digital Foundry said. For a native PlayStation 5 title and a somewhat high-profile port, this is a deeply odd state of affairs. Even the game's obvious visual blemishes are preserved. Shadow quality was necessarily poor back in the day, but why preserve that problem in the present day when so much more graphic horsepower is available? If there's a silver lining, the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 versions are better than the one currently accessible on the Xbox Series S and X and Xbox One via backwards compatibility, which sticks to the original Xbox 360 version of 608p. Wow. That was the resolution of the Xbox 360 was 608p. That sucks. There is no Xbox enhancements at all. So they just ported it. But they ported the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 versions got a better port than Xbox gave themselves. What the fuck? What the? Oh man. We've already reported on the pricing of the PlayStation Black Ops ports, which cost $40 each. Wow. Damn. Both games also offered a separate season pass priced at $30. What? Like the game's 16 years old. What season pass are you going? Oh my god. I so hate modern gaming with the digital downloads and the updates and the stupid frickin' season passes and microtransactions, the frickin' death crap that seems to be plaguing all video games nowadays. I can't stand it. Like, I get it. They spend a ton of money making a freaking video game. They want to make as much money as possible on it. But, I mean, come on, you know. This microtransaction shit's getting out of control. That's all I'm going to say. If you want the complete experience, Black Ops 1 and 2 and all the DLCs, you have to pay $140 for the games. All this for games that came out over a decade ago. Hell no. Like, everything seems to be targeting like $140 nowadays. Have you guys noticed that? Like, all these games, they come out with their regular version, which is just the game, nothing else, for $70-$80. But every freaking thing always has like a ultimate edition that's $150-$200 or some shit. Like I seen they had a collector's edition version of the new Halloween game, which I am gonna buy. Not the collector's edition though. They want $150 for that collector's edition, and it didn't even come with, like, I didn't see anything like massively cool. I mean, there was some Michael Myers something, but I mean, it wasn't worth $150 if I remember correctly. Anyway, yeah. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna like the game. So I really don't want to friggin' like buy the limited edition one and spend $150, end up with a bunch of knickknacks and a crappy game, you know. Hopefully they did good. So far from what I've seen of it, it looks okay. We are gonna be playing that at some point in time on Sippin' Saturday though. Probably around Halloween time actually. Be perfect. But you guys make sure to hit that follow button on Twitch or Kick, depending on where you're watching. That way you guys stay up to date when I go live. Sippin' Saturday, every Saturday at 9 p.m. is when we do our gaming live streams. Here soon, it's about to be the only actual gameplay live stream. We're gonna have Tech Tuesday, this Gaming News Friday, which I'm thinking about moving to like 9 o'clock at night. I'm thinking of putting all my live streams at 9 o'clock at night. Start time, that way. 3 nights a week, same time every night, you know. I think that's what we're gonna do. We might have to target like a, I don't know, 9 seems okay, I guess. We'll have to see. A lot of times I'm freaking busy and I can't make it back by 9, or make it home by 9, so. Well, we'll see. If we don't, then we might just move everything to a 10 o'clock start time. I know 10 o'clock would be fine, so we'll try for 9. All the live streams at 9 at first, and then if it doesn't work out, we'll push it back an hour. But yeah, that's just me rambling on. Yeah, these ports were crap, and they're getting called out for it. Microsoft, I mean, Activision, y'all need to just chill and start putting more effort into your Call of Duty games, period. Like, stop coming out with them every year. Come out with one like every couple of years. And actually spend time making a good freaking Call of Duty game, because it's been since Call of Duty 1 or 2 since we've had a fucking good one, probably. You guys let me know in the live chat what you guys think your favorite Call of Duty game is. I know the last few really sucked, so I know the last few have really sucked, so yeah. They just need to do better. Feel free to hit me up in that live chat. I am coming back every time I'm done with the articles to look at the live chat, because I'm not able to see it when I'm reading the articles. But that being said, let's get back to the articles. It says here, beat high GPU prices with the Gigabyte AMD Radeon RX 9070 GRE Gaming OC 12 GB. AMD finally released a graphics card that can compete with the regular 5070, because it has the yeah, because this one has 12 gigabytes and I think the 5070 only has 10. Oh, now I'm having a brain fart. I'm pretty sure it's 10. No, it's 12. So it's they're matching the VRAM of the 5070. Only problem is they're not. It's not the same RAM. Like, I'm pretty sure this still runs off the GDDR6 because that's what all the 9000 series have been running off of. It says right now, Gigabyte's 12GB graphics card offers top-tier 1440p gaming experience at a very reasonable price point. Now every gamer or tech enthusiast is chasing the fastest graphics card money can buy. For many, the goal is simpler, smooth, high quality gaming at 1440p and strong frame rates in today's biggest titles, while leaving enough money over to invest in a faster processor, larger SSD, a high-end headset, and a sharper monitor. The Gigabyte Radeon RX 9070 GRE Gaming OC 12GB is designed for exactly that mindset. Now available from Gigabyte, it delivers the performance most gamers need while avoiding the cost, power demands, and diminishing returns of the flagship class hardware. It says right now you can find this at Amazon for $549.99. Pretty much 550 bucks. Which is ironically the exact MSRP of the 5070. So this is definitely their answer for the 5070, or their competition for the 5070 anyway. I don't know if they stopped producing the regular 9070, because they came out with a regular, like, just flat normal 9070, which I thought was supposed to be the competitor for the 5070. But the problem with that was all their 9070, I think it came out with 8 gigs or 10 gigs or something like that. It didn't have 12. It was, yeah. Here's a closer look at the new graphics card that you can now pick up for 550 bucks. It uses the same Navi 48 silicon, and it offers a more budget-friendly RDNA 4 option while maintaining strong 1440p performance. The card uses the RDNA 4 based Navi 48 GPU with 3072 stream processors, 12 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory. So like I said, it's still, all the 9000 series have been using the GDDR6. I don't know why they decided to just go with the 6 and not the 7, but yeah, it's also something that you might want to consider. Nvidia has slightly faster VRAM. I don't think it's a real big jump. I don't know if there's been a lot of testing between the difference in between GDDR6 and 7, but if you guys want me to look into that more for you, let me know in that live chat. If you're watching this after the fact, let me know in the comment section on YouTube, or you can just hit me up with a Twitch DM. Let me know that you guys want to know more about the differences between the two memories. It definitely sounds like it'd be something good for a tech live stream, or even during this news live stream. I don't know. All that is on a 192-bit memory bus, PCIe 5.0 support, and the clock boosts up to 2920 megahertz. With specs like these, Gigabyte's new graphics card can handle your favorite AAA graphics or AAA games with ease. They say that, but if you're playing Indiana Jones, make sure you trim it down a little bit on the ray tracing, path tracing. we are now in the middle of a Twitch ad. So we're just gonna chill here for a minute. I would do a live chat party, but I've set up the ads to where they're so short. By the time we start a live chat party. Okay, now we're back from that. Thank you guys for everybody that just watched that ad. I know you probably didn't hear what I was saying because you were watching an ad, but we were talking about your ads. That's why we went back to this screen. But yeah, let's get back to the news, shall we? But you guys have it. The 9070 GRE. Now, I guess the cheapest. Well, not the cheapest. I think it might be the cheapest 1440p graphics card. At 550 bucks. But I think everybody's sleeping on that 9060 XT. So we can look it up right quick, but I'm pretty sure that 9060 XT, like, I know the 16 gig versions are, no, even the 16 gig versions are under 500 bucks, so like at that point in time you might want to consider a 9060 XT 16 gig, because that's the cheapest 16 gig graphics card you can buy right now, and like you can pick it up at Amazon right now for 450 bucks. That's not bad at all, not for a current gen graphics card. It's not the cheapest current gen graphics card you can get, but it's close. The cheapest would be this one right here. That's the cheapest graphics card you can find nowadays, because I think they stopped producing the regular 9060. But the 9060 XT 8GB is only $360 at Staples, so you know, that's not bad at all. Not for a brand new current gen graphics card. Let's look. I don't remember. Yeah, see, they don't even. Like I put 9060 in there and it didn't even recognize I was talking about a graphics card. Yeah, I'm just seeing the XTs. I think they stopped making the 9060. I think they stopped making it because of they only needed one 8GB graphics card out there for people to complain about. But yeah. Those are your cheapest options for graphics cards if you want brand new current gen cards. Any of the Nvidia counterparts aren't going to be anywhere near those prices. The cheapest Nvidia one is the 5070 or wait a minute, no. They got 5060 Ti, which I think is cheaper. Well, the 5050 technically is their cheaper version. But I wouldn't recommend you getting a 5050 unless you actually have to for size issues or whatnot. But I mean, they make two fan 5060s that Nvidia does have some real cheap options out there, like the 5050. Unfortunately, It only has 8 gigs of VRAM. I mean, it does okay. But just don't expect high-end 1440p 4K performance like that's 1080p. Like, you might be able to do some 1440p, but not much at all. Whatever you guys do, don't fall for stupid scams like this. Nobody's gonna sell you a 50/50 for $70. Like, I can't believe that's even popping up on the. Although there's another one here for 28 bucks. So yeah. Places like Amazon have the 50/50 for $340, which that's this 3-fan one. The 2-fan one they've got for $310 at Amazon. So, but I would highly recommend you not get that one and go with at least the 5060, because it does offer a good amount of performance upgrade from the 5050. And as you can tell, Amazon has the 5060 non-TI 8GB. The 5060 that's pretty much the same as the 5050 for $380. That's for the 3-fan one. It's like $5 cheaper for the 2-fan version. Or no, that's the TI. 8 gig. Of course, with that being cheaper than that, I'd now recommend the 5060 Ti 8GB. Unless you need a 2-fan one, which I'm sure you can find a black one of these if you need it, but the 2-fan 5060 8GB, only $362. So there is budget-friendly GPUs for you guys out there that you can still do some 1440p. It's not going to be as powerful as that GRE 9070, but the 5060 Ti does have 16 gigs of VRAM. And it usually sits for under the price of that. Yeah, see, 5070 or 5060 Ti. Wow, that eBay listing was out of control. Anyway, yeah. We're getting way off topic here. Anyway, what I'm saying is, there are cheaper than $550 9070 GRE with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. They won't offer you the same performance as this one, but like this will give you high quality 1440p, it says, but I mean, you'll still get some high quality 1440p out of the lower graphics cards, especially the 16 gigs 5060 Ti and 9060 XTs. Those are gonna compete with this card, I guarantee you. And they're about $100 cheaper, so something to consider. Which this article is how we got off on that conversation. Now let's get to Nintendo has detailed rollout plans for Switch 2 production, or for Switch 2 product revision in Europe with replaceable batteries. I'll get it freaking out. Spit it out here in a minute. And Switch 1 consoles are being discontinued. Which, I mean, I can kind of see why, but at the same time, why would you? Well, I guess they just don't want no budget-friendly Nintendos out there. Like, why would you stop production on... Like, I could see, like, making the production of Switch ones, like, really slow. But I wouldn't discontinue them, like... Probably because they wouldn't be making any money off of them. There's no difference in functionality. It says in a move that's been brewing for a while now, after Europe announced the right to repair directive and the new battery regulations, Nintendo committed in early June to Switch revisions. Now the hardware giant has detailed its rollout plans for Switch 2 products. As shared today, 6th of June, via Nintendo's official website, selected Nintendo products in the European territories will begin to be replaced with on a rolling basis by revisions that contain user-friendly and replaceable batteries. There are no difference in functionalities as expected. Rollout will start this summer. The first batch will hit summer 2026. Additional products won't be available till autumn, winter, and early 2027 due to a variety of factors, including some revised products not being able to be available in all European countries, blah blah blah. This has more due for you guys over there in Europe. I don't know if that, I don't know if the battery thing I actually make it over here to the States or not. That's cool for you guys over there in Europe though. At least you guys will be able to finally be able to change your freaking batteries and not have to buy a whole new freaking console or whatnot when it starts messing up. So that's good for you guys. Hopefully it rolls around over here. That'd be cool. But yeah, I doubt that. Joy-Con revisions will start hitting stores this summer, with Switch 2 consoles arriving around autumn. There's a Pro controller getting a refresh this winter, and the N64 and GameCube controllers planned to roll out in early 2027. Not a whole lot of Nintendo news, but yeah, just a little bit. I think they've been trying to just keep their mouth shut while PlayStation and Xbox bury themselves. I understand the discontinuation of the Switch 1 consoles. I mean, the PlayStation 2, the Switch 2 plays Switch 1 games. So, but wasn't it select Switch 1 games? Like, I could be wrong on that. I feel like there was like a select amount of games or something that you could play from the Switch 1 to the 2. Anyway, let's move on to the next article. It is the final one, and it's a big one. Let's go. Well, actually, hold on. Let me check the live chat. Wow, you guys are being real quiet today. Alright. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get to the banger. Bam! AMD Zen 6 server CPUs launching this month, which has me hopeful for a desktop release this year. I think this guy might be a little too hopeful, but we'll see. Here's hoping to swap to 2 nanometers is huge. We've known for some time now that AMD was planning to launch the next gen Zen 6 CPUs in 2026. I knew they were coming. I didn't know they were going to come in 2026. But hardware has been in a weird place for a while, so it's best not to assume something will be going into your rig slash server until it's in your hands. And yet AMD has confirmed it will begin rolling out the next generation on the 22nd and 23rd of this month. On July 22nd and 23rd of the 2026, they are going to start with the server-focused EPYC processors, as spotted by Overclock 3D, AMD's Chief Technology Officer and Executive Vice President Mark Papermaster announced as much at Raised Summit 2026. He said, what we've done at AMD, you know, since we've launched the new Zen processors back in 2017, we're now on our 6th generation. So at our Advancing AI event on July 22nd and 23rd, we're rolling out the new generation. AMD's next generation EPYC processors, codenamed Venice, is said to give 1.7% performance and efficiency over the last generation and have a 30% increase in thread density. According to AMD, we'll have to wait until they get into the wild to see how that matches up with real-life testing. Papermaster claims it is optimized for standalone x86 traditional workloads, and given its placement in servers, this makes sense. Venice is built on TSMC's 2nm processor and is the first AMD CPU to do so. Many previous AMD processors are actually built on the aging 5nm process or on the 4nm. So big performance lifts are expected. That swap to 2nm could be very important for the eventual release of a Ryzen gaming chip, as not only should such a chip be plain more efficient given the ability to have a denser packed transistors, but it could technically cram 12 cores into each CPU chiplet, as opposed to the 8 AMD currently gets in them. Says that opens the possibility of both 12-core gaming optimized CPUs with 3D V-cache and monster 24 dual die models for heavily multi-threaded applications. There's supposed to be some real big jumps with Zen 6, with the core count, the thread count, the jump to the 2nm chips. Yeah, and now putting the X3D V-cache on both chiplets and stuff like that. Like, Zen 6 is going to be some monster CPUs. Do you guys think that we're going to see those monster CPUs in 2026? Let me know in the live chat, comment section, what have you. Me, I don't know. I'd like to see them this year. Well, somewhat, I guess. I don't know. I just bought a new CPU, so I'm not really too happy to see it get replaced already. Especially since I ain't done paying for it. But yeah, even with the next gen, it's gonna have to be a pretty huge jump for me to replace something that I ain't even done paying for yet. Plus that's like the second best CPU in the planet right now, so I won't be replacing it anytime soon, but hopefully I'm thinking that they're gonna probably wait for CES next year. That's my call. That's what I say. CES next year, we'll get the 5060 or the 50 series super refresh. We get new AMD CPUs. Will we get the new, like, there's been rumors of the AMD coming out with their next gen GPUs here soon as well. So will we see the 10,000 series show up at some point in time? Maybe next year at CES as well? Never know. It would be banger for AMD to bring out CPUs and GPUs at CES at the same time. So, but I think it might be a little early for the 10,000 series. I don't know. I think AMD, if they do come out with the 10,000 series, like, it's probably gonna be the flagship ones first. Sorry guys, I forgot I was on the one scene. That was the last article, so yeah, you guys hit me on the live chat, whatever you guys want to talk about. We've talked about a lot of stuff today. We've been live for almost 2 hours now. You guys let me know. I hate that damn thing. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I think we'll see the CPUs next year at CES. I don't think we're gonna see the new 10,000 series GPUs from AMD until probably 2028. I'm guessing around the same time that the next gen consoles come out. Be when we get the next gen GPUs. Yeah. CPUs next year at CES. The following year, 2028 at CES. That's when we'll see the 10,000 series. The only way... What the hell? Give me 1 second, guys. What the F just happened? That's the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, light. Nobody touched that light. And it wasn't unplugged. Like, it didn't just come unplugged or whatnot. It just turned off. And it's got a hard button. Like, it's not like a touchscreen button or something that could get touched by a fly or something, you know. Might have a ghost on the set. And apparently it thinks I should, like, I guess stop streaming. Alright guys, I actually am done with the gaming news, so if you guys aren't gonna hit me on that live chat, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the hell out of here. Yo, hit me on that live chat with whatever you guys want to talk about. Yeah, I think everybody done left already. Alright, yeah. There's like maybe one person still here. So yeah. If you guys ain't got nothing to chit chat about, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Gaming News Friday. Hopefully you guys found some helpful information during today's live stream. If you did, make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch or Kick, depending on where you're watching, so you know when I go live again. We go live every Friday with Gaming News Friday, where I bring you guys all the week's news on Friday. We might be changing the times to later at nighttime, around 9 p.m. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's probably gonna happen here pretty soon, though. The best way to stay up to date with everything is, well, actually, it's to join the Discord, but I don't have sorry, I don't have the damn link to it handy on this actual live stream. I gotta get these damn live streams. I've got 3 channels on YouTube, and the news and tech channel are in need of lots of work. Yeah, we will be live every Friday, if not at 2 p.m. I think next week we're going to try the 9 p.m. I think that's what we're going to do. So next Friday, make sure you tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern for Gaming News Friday. I think we're going to go 9 p.m. with all the live streams going forward. Once we start the 3 live streams, that's not going to that does not affect Metal Gear Monday or Throwback Thursday. They will still start at 11 p.m. Well, hopefully next Monday will be the last Metal Gear Monday. But the next time I'm live, just so you guys know, in case you want to tune in, will be tomorrow night. Sippin' Saturday. We're going to hopefully finally 100% the entire Spider-Man remastered, so we can finally get past that and go to Miles Morales. I'm really looking forward to starting Miles Morales. I ain't played Spider-Man Miles Morales in a good minute, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to play that one again. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for Sippin' Saturday night. Playing Spider-Man Remastered, trying to get that 100% done. After that, it'll be Metal Gear Monday, 11 p.m. Eastern. Then Throwback Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll be back here for another Gaming News Friday. Like I said, next week, I think we're going to try out the 9 p.m. start time for Gaming News Friday. It allows for a lot more people to tune in. I think it being in the middle of the day, just it's terrible time to stream and have people watching. Most people are at work, so yeah. So if Gaming News is all you're tuning in for, make sure you tune in next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the next episode of Gaming News Friday. Till then, don't forget, if you want gameplay live streams, or you just want to hang out with me the next time I'm live, that will be tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern for Sippin' Saturday. Until then, you guys have a good rest of your Friday, have a good weekend, and if I don't see you until next Friday, have a good week next week, and yep, you guys just take it easy. Peace.